Alright guys, so we're going to be overclocking an MSI 1050 Ti in our 2500K rig. We're just going to see what it does stock first before we get around to that. Alright, so we got a baseline score of 6,800, which is about 850 points higher on average than the 1050 regular. So that's an improvement. And then we're going to get around to do a time spy rate. And we got 2,500 points in time spy. So let's get to work. Alright, so we got our baseline test of 1,234 points and 49 FPS. So now we're gonna just run this, and then we're gonna do the overclock right now. So it's a little difficult holding a phone and doing this, but let's just bring this, max this out right off the bat. Alright, so we got a plus 100 now. Not seeing anything too crazy, so we'll just shoot it up right away. Plus 160. Oh, that's too much. So that's what I get for going fast. Alright, now that we took care of that, we're at plus 120. So again, don't do as I do, don't overclock so quickly. Again, I just do this for the sake of the video so that they don't take forever. But anyway, we're doing plus 120, and looks like we're not getting any artifacts, so we know it crashes at 160, so 140 will probably be as high as it goes. And it crashes there too. So looks like we're stuck at 120 for the core clock. Alright guys, so even at plus 100 core voltage, as you see here, even plus 140 still crashes. So like, I'll just show you guys real quick. So not even raising the voltage does anything for this, unless it does now. Nope, it doesn't. Yep. So 120 is the limit. Alright guys, so now we're gonna do the memory clock. So we'll do plus 100 to see if we get artifacts there. Kind of disappointed that the core clock was so low, but let's see what it does here. Alright, so we're looking stable here, so we're gonna go a little higher. Sorry if I'm not holding the camera steady. Gotta do this one-handed. Plus 200. And here, let me focus this real quick. Yeah, there we go. And still not seeing anything. So let's go a little higher. Alright, so we're at plus 300 now. And then I'm just gonna watch this for a little bit. Make sure I'm not missing any artifacts. Kind of hard to look through at the screen and look at the camera at the same time, but yeah, I should be using my capture card for this, honestly, but don't have it set up for this rig. So, and unless I miss something, I'm not seeing any artifacts, so I'm gonna keep going up. All right, plus 300 now. Plus 400. See how that works. So although Heaven Bench is a decent test for starting to overclock your card, it's not the only test that you should run it through, because sometimes you can get an overclock that works perfectly fine for Heaven Bench, but then either crashes or fails, and you start seeing artifacts in other games or in other programs that you start running. So this is just like to get you started, to help you get started. It's not the end all be all for graphics overclock, at least as a measure of stability. So I'm not seeing anything here. So let's bring it up to 500. Plus 500. Alright. Usually around this range, we might start seeing some crazy stuff. I haven't seen anything yet. Sometimes too, when the memory chips get hot, it'll run fine, and then suddenly you'll just have a random weird crazy stuff happen on the screen, and then a whole computer crash or something like that. At least it's happened to me once with a GTX 970. I was running a plus 700 and something overclock, and things got really weird. So plus 500, not too shabby, huh? Unless I'm missing stuff, I'm not really seeing any issues. We're at plus 4,000 memory now. So I guess we can go a little higher. All right, plus 600. See how that looks. Plus 600 would be pretty great. I have a 2070 Super that can only do about like plus 100 memory clock most. So I mean, chip to chip can vary quite a bit. So still not really seeing anything. Yeah. But again, it's hard to keep a watchful eye when I'm running a camera and looking at it at the same time. So well, I haven't seen nothing, so let's go a little higher. All right, we're about to do plus 700 now. See if we get kind of crazy stuff happening. I'm not directly noticing anything yet. Nothing inconsistent. Overclocking can sometimes be a little stressful when you feel like you're always missing something, but at the same time, it's kind of a thrill when you just see your chip keep going and going and going and going and going and going. Wow, B, I'm really not seeing anything at 700 yet. Just how high can I push this thing? All right, let's go a little higher. Plus 800. Nothing crazy yet. I'll put the camera down for a second, and so I can really make sure that I'm not missing any artifacts. But considering it's not that bad, or I'm not seeing any, then chances are it's just fine right now. That's just insanity. All right, we're about to do a plus 900 right here. So I just applied it. And then let's see if we see any crazy stuff. And if I don't see any right off the bat, I'll just go right off the wall, max that slider out. Only maxes out at 1,000, but that's... I can't believe I'm not seeing anything right now. Plus 900 memory overclock? This is the first time I've ever hit this high before on any card. Wow. Really? 4,400 megahertz? Sheesh. That's like almost getting towards what, GDDR5X speeds now? Pretty soonish. I mean, it's still a ways off, but still, that's pretty impressive. Wow. Okay, I'm just going all out at this point. Screw it. Plus 1,000. We're maxed out, folks. Plus 1,000. Holy Moses. Dude, I'm not seeing anything. Legit. I'm literally not seeing any artifacts. Literally. Like, I don't know if you guys in the video do, but I'm not seeing anything. Nothing. Zero. Zip. Nada. Wow. That's incredible. My first ever maxing out of the slider in MSI Afterburner. Shit, and I thought I was about to be disappointed in this card after I hit only a plus 120 on the core clock, but one plus 1000 on the memory. If anything, it's more impressive for these cards to be overclocked on the memory. I hear that these older Pascal cards, it was the memory that was the bottleneck, not the core. So yeah, hells yeah, let's do a benchmark of this now. Wow, that's incredible. I've been watching this benchmark so far. I just can't fucking believe that it runs at 4,500 megahertz plus 1,000 on Afterburner. This is the first time. First time I've ever maxed out a card. Wow, that's crazy. And I played with a lot of GPUs. Wow, that's just insanity. Literally cannot believe this. I literally can't believe I'm not seeing anything. That's crazy. Those temps are incredible, by the way. 48C. Wow. What Thermal Grizzly Cryonaut will do. And here's the verdict. 1404, 55.7 FPS. So that's a decent improvement, I would say. Alright, let's move on to Fire Strike and Time Spy again. Holy moly. Alright guys, just to show you again, plus 1000 memory overclock on it. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah, 1000. The slider is maxed out, completely maxed out. Power limit's 125%. Everything, yeah, plus 120 overclock. Let's run Fire Strike now. Temperatures are not a problem on this thing. Zero, zip, nada. So we're gold. We are freaking gold. Let's see what we get compared to our stock. So like before, just because something is stable in Heaven Bench doesn't mean it's stable over here. But so far I haven't seen nothing. So I mean, we just barely started the benchmark. Oh, sorry. And I'm not seeing anything yet. Nothing crazy. Nope. All right. We got a plus 7,556 on Fire Strike. So that's a decent improvement. And then we'll run Time Spy. And then we'll get a comparison real quick. Wait, yeah, that is Time Spy. And we got a plus 230 point increase on Time Spy. So not as big as I expected, but still acceptable. So yeah, that's a plus 1,000 overclock, guys. Holy moly. So for Time Spy, the improvement was about 9%. I need to put the light on. And then an 11% increase on Fire Strike. And our improvements for Heaven Benchmark were about 13%, 13.7%. And we got, yep, and we're just going to keep it here at plus 1,000. The first time ever moving a slider just until it stops all the way to the very end. That's crazy. Thanks for watching, folks. And I'll see you next time. I didn't catch it on video, guys, but this is exactly what I was talking about. So plus 120 core overclock was not stable for Resident Evil 3. It crashed right away, and I had to bring it down to plus 100 only. So, again, just because it's stable for benchmarks and for stress tests does not mean it's stable for actual games. It's just a different kind of load. Memory overclock still 1,000 though. Yeah, boy.